morning, everybody. Welcome to We Are Live. It's Chris Denman live in St. Louis, Midcoast Studio. Check us out online, midcoast.media. Hello, everybody. Happy to be here. Lots of fun today ahead. Abby Lorico from KMOV in today. KSDK. There we go. Excited about it. Gonna have a fun time.
We got this correct? Do we know who we're...
Tommy the intern's here. Tommy the intern. Travis is in New York.
Interesting.
Looks like he's chat rouletting from an apartment. Chris Gardner is the producer. Who's our guest with today, buddy?
Talking to me?
Chris Gardner. He's the producer.
Yeah. Abby LaRocco of KSDK.
KSDK.
There's. That's where she's from.
I wanted to test everybody's awareness to start things off. So we got four letters different, and if we want to let it tank the next half hour, we sure can. Let's get right into it. What's your favorite?
Oh, there he is.
What's your favorite KMOV? What's your favorite KMOV segment? What do you guys like about CBS?
Missed that. That's what I
used to
almost missed that, Chris Denman.
What's your favorite CBS TV show you've ever watched?
Ooh, Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds. Travis?
I am going to go with the sitcom classic Rob, starring one Rob Schneider.
Is that on CBS?
And we're snorting. That's great.
And we're snorting. I can't get over the angle Travis has chose to broadcast from this morning. I like it. It's what many a lady has looked up to.
Yeah, I don't like being below him on the screen in this angle.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I'll say that. We're going to come up with a fair or foul here today, but first, I really need to know a few things about Travis in New York. Are you surviving as hockey has subsided and your Cardinals are tanking? What's going on in New York, Travis? I mean, is the St. Louis Midwest charm gone from you? Are you just a hardened New Yorker now that, again, all the good has left us here? Oh. Did you hear that?
Guys, can you keep it down, please? People are trying to head to work.
Let's go Blues.
Let's
go Blues.
That's what that was. Sorry.
Yeah. We went blue.
Well, now that you said it, Travis.
We went blue. Have we done a wholeness check, by the way?
No, I'm afraid.
And we haven't seen. I know the NHL awards were last night.
Yeah.
Did he make any appearances?
No, I think probably the best idea is just to call around to local hospitals.
I feel like Gardner knows the protocol.
Dealt with this before.
You've done a similar wholeness check before.
I could try and get a hold of his assistant.
Oh, well, that would
maybe
be something.
hit up the intern communication network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
maybe
like
he's
Twitter,
got an
but for
intern.
interns.
Oh, real quick. Good morning, Walnuts.
Hey, nuts of wall. Beep, beep.
Travis, really quickly.
I'm in the NBA draft is this weekend. I think tonight. Yeah, it's tonight. And so I'm gonna see if I can go find me a sugar mama real quick, or try to find one of these, these 17 or 18-year-olds are going to be drafted that has a single mom. So I may make my way on down to the Barclays Center and see if I can find a come up.
Yeah, and you know what else is awesome? I catch a nasty look from one Chris Gardner. We're streaming live from Chris's personal Facebook page. This is fun.
Oh.
I was wondering why nobody was watching.
Okay.
So if you're watching, we're gonna cut the show and restart.
Bye-bye.
Actually, we won't restart.
Oh.
We'll
we
just
switch.
We're just gonna switch here
All
real
right.
quick.
All right.
So
for those of you listening at home, this is very necessary. The audio people are like, "What are we doing here, guys?"
Can I apologize to the Evans family right now?
Evans.
My grandma and grandpa.
Oh.
Yeah, I would imagine they're probably. Why is Chris going live this morning?
They're super embarrassed. How does this work, Gardner?
And I think we're good.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
see.
I'll check.
Okay, thanks, guys.
It's a tight.
Do we need to reset from the top,
ship,
Chris? From the top. From the top, Chris.
From KSDK, Abby Lorico today. Huh? Did I do a good job? live from Midcoast Studio. Check out midcoast.media for more information. So if you're just joining us, we have been on for 6 minutes, and we're keeping it moving. So we appreciate you tuning in. Again, fair or foul, we're on the fly today. I have an idea. Have you guys been to, and I saw a friend of mine tweet this out, friend of the show's, Tina D-Ball. She was surmising, should she go to Six Flags as a 26-year-old alone? I think amusement parks alone as an adult, great fair or foul topic today. We'll give $10 to Southtown Pub. Have you guys done that? Have you guys went solo? Now, Six Flags is different.
Of course
There's a
I
hurricane. Yeah, of course you have. Because there's a hurricane harbor, so it's more like you're just chilling at the pool, right? So I don't think it's the same as going and riding the Ninja alone.
It's not terrible.
I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Look, it's alone time. You don't have to worry about anybody else wanting to go on any rides you don't want to go on.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to wait around. If you stand in a line, you got yourself to think with. You don't need somebody to talk to. If you bring a friend.
Yeah, I think people should be allowed to have fun on their own. Like, I think we rely sometimes a little bit too much on other people to supply fun in our lives. So I think if that brings you personal joy, going to amusement parks and having the opportunity to go on some roller coasters and get into Hurricane Harbor, and why the hell not? It's fun.
I go to a lot of movies alone, so it's like.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's a little different. That's less effort. There is the effort part of the amusement park, right?
Like the walking?
You got to drive a little ways. I mean, most people don't live next to a roller coaster generally. You got to drive a little ways. There's the ticketing thing. You got to wait in lines. Usually you would want to do it as a group because it's more of an experience.
Sure.
Who am I doing a show with?
Are you allowed to talk to people while you're there if you're by yourself?
No, you don't get to glom onto their group. No, they took the effort of making friends and establishing things, and you don't get to glom onto that.
Here is the exception, okay? If you get in line for say you get in line for the Ninja or something or one of the Looney Tune rides, and you're in line and there's somebody else by themselves, then you can be like, hey, yeah, and
You can be like, what?
hey, how you doing? And then if you get put in the same cart, now you just made a new friend.
Okay. All right, Tommy did just make it sound depressing. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was making this. I thought it was gonna be cool. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, as an introvert, I have no problem going to roller. Yeah, now Tommy just made it sound creepy. You're right, Chris. Never mind.
So maybe the rule is then we just say you can go by yourself, but you can't go to make friends though. Or you can't talk to other. You just go.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll accept you having to talk to the probably mentally ill older person that's there with a group home, and you're kind of doing a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll accept that. You don't get to take Good Time Steve away from Good Time Brian and chat him up whenever they were there to relive some old times.
But
okay, I agree. I agree with that. That's fair.
Why can't you give a hello to the person you're stuck in a cart with before you go falling down the mist?
No, you can't.
Hello. That's all you get. You can only get a hello.
Lock eyes with them.
That's about it. You cannot ask them about their family, who they're there with. Chris is correct. You have to just keep it moving. No, you have to say hello. I hope you enjoy this roller coaster, and that's it.
I don't think you get to say hello. I think it has to be more awkward. I think that's if that's a situation you're in. You have to do like some weird saying your grandpa or something would say, shouldn't have ate lunch just now, or something like that. It's something weird.
Wait, Tommy's close enough. I can do it. If your first interaction has to be. Like that's it.
That.
Grab him. You can't say hi. I need physical contact as you're freaking out.
Can we get that one more time?
Hey, ready? Scoot a little
one more
closer,
time,
Tommy.
Chris.
So we're going. We've hit the hill. Oh, this is fun.
Thank you.
That's the only interaction you get. You are not allowed to say hello. You are not allowed to advance things.
Can I up these stakes?
Oh.
What if it's a Disney World?
Disney World. I've been to Disneyland, so
or
same
land.
thing.
Disneyland, Disney World,
Same thing.
whichever one you're more a Disney place.
Mm-hmm.
Is that more or less sad? Because it's supposed to be the happiest place on
Disney.
earth.
So
Disney is kind of sadder.
Yeah,
Disney is sadder because that is
that's true
specifically
effort
for families and large groups. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is the Disney's model. Their business model is on you having friends or
Tommy-
someone in your life that loves you.
Tommy,
So yeah,
yeah.
Disney is a little bit more depressing. You got to go to a Six Flags by yourself. Okay, maybe. Disney's an absolute no. Imagine going on a Disney cruise by yourself.
At Disney,
A
though,
red boat.
here's the thing. At Disney, you can
Yeah.
lie. And you can be like, well, my family didn't want to ride the Haunted Mansion. Too scary.
Tommy, have you gone to Disney by yourself?
I haven't gone by myself. I have gone with a group.
Chip away at that.
I found that it is quite taxing.
More fun?
It
Oh,
was.
with a group?
I just Disney in general. I love it, but like,
That's true.
It's a lot.
boy, oh boy.
It's a lot.
I think it depends on. I think it really depends on how close you live to the amusement park. If it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Because if you
you
live in Anaheim and you're 7 minutes from
Yeah.
Disneyland, that's not the same thing as packing up the RV from from Virginia to
I don't
Southern
know,
California.
man. I don't know. Being at Disneyland by yourself sounds pretty
I'm
depressing.
trying here, okay, man?
Yeah.
All right. Never mind.
Oh, what was that?
I have sometimes I go to
Oh, no.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee during the summer.
And there are bears there.
It is, but it's only like 10 minutes from Dollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be less sad if I went to that alone?
No, that's what I said. Because relative to the distance, but you go there
You're
quite
there,
often too.
and you're hanging out, and you're making that. Yeah. So if you drove to Dollywood just alone,
Yeah, your purpose
for the day to
your
go to
purpose is not to go to Gatlinburg to go to Dollywood. Your purpose is to go to Gatlinburg. Dollywood is kind of on the peripheral of things to do there, and you end up doing it. And if you do it by yourself, that's fine.
I think it comes. I think it does come down to brand. I think Tommy introducing Disney does change this equation just a little bit because he's right. Because Disney is designed for you to share those moments. Six Flags, you may live in Eureka. You may just be like, man, I ain't got to go to work today. I'm gonna give me a cup of coffee. Let me go jump on the Screaming Eagle real quick.
No,
That's
weird. No, that's weird. I'll accept the pool part. I get it.
It's $80.
You want
man.
to? If you have a season pass, and you want to go hang out at the pool, that's a different thing. Pools, you lay there, you get a tan. You're probably just going to barely wade into the water. You're not really taking advantage of a slide. There's not like, I'm going to go get my daily slide on. No, you're not doing that. You're not going to go shoot hoops at the game and try and win a mascot, whatever you call it, a Bugs Bunny. That's not going to happen. So I'll take the Six Flags water part. The Disney part, there's a lot of commitment. You got to hug Minnie when you walk in.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. Listen.
I'll say this. Like,
imagine waiting in line trying to take a picture with Mickey Mouse by yourself.
Every other day.
That's depressing.
The only reason I think would be a great reason to get married or have like a consistent, healthy relationship is so that I have somebody to go to Disneyland with.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I follow
That's
this
fair.
couple on Instagram, and they go to like all the Disney places.
They're actually
and it's great.
hiding their pain, and she's been cheating on him for 8 years.
I don't think.
And
these
they're in
people
crippling debt up to they're at least $85,000.
Nah, I don't think these people are.
Well, I mean, because there's a lot of people, and I have a friend from high school, a gentleman, who's really into Disney stuff.
Tommy's like, a friend?
Like goes and runs marathons, but will run marathons dressed up as a Disney character. And
Is he a furry?
no, I don't think so. But the lady he's involved with, she's also into the Disney stuff. So they're like
they're furries.
They're like it's a thing for them, and so like they're
It's
gonna
a thing.
if they get married or something or engaged, it's gonna happen at Disney World. So if you're there by yourself and you're watching people do this constantly, it's gonna be a miserable place for you. Number one to be.
That's where my parents got married.
Your parents got married at Disney World?
Mm-hmm.
See how that worked.
Do they invite guests?
Hey. Yes. What?
That was a good
mean.
one. And that was
mean.
That was
It
mean.
Well, you can't throw it
That was
out there if I
mean.
know the results.
No, it's fine. We're just saying it was mean.
I acknowledge
Yeah.
that,
It was
and I apologize.
It can be a lot of things.
Okay.
No, Chris. Don't apologize.
No, I
It's just
apologize.
mean and funny. No need to apologize. 'Cause I'm not saying it wasn't funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
It took
was
me
mean.
a second.
No need to apologize.
It can be mean. It can be funny. It can be all these things at the same time.
Yeah.
But no,
No
they
need
got
to apologize for that.
They got married at Disneyland, and so they have all the pictures, and my mom just kind of keeps them in a closet. So.
What would you guys do that? I've got yeah, I don't.
A Disney wedding?
My parents did a lot of things like that. Like my mom has told me the story that like when she was pregnant with me, she swam with sharks and stuff. Yeah.
That's a weird way for her to try and abort you, dude. It's messed up that she told you that.
She rubbed chum all over her belly.
She's like, it wouldn't take.
I didn't want to say it.
It was right there.
He's 7.
It was right there.
He's 7.
How
And
could I
she's like,
not?
you weren't even cool enough to get eaten by sharks, you loser. Just throw it in his face at all times.
I told you that in confidence.
I swear we're a better show. This is so mean.
Yeah, at the expense of the 21-year-old guy who just tried to add in a fun little fact to the show. I'm a horrible person.
I used to, for a couple
So I
years.
do stuff alone.
I can't be hurt. Oh,
For a
so-
couple
True.
years, I lived right by Disney World
Oh.
when I was like 4 and 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
In Orlando?
That's
In
explained.
Orlando,
That explains a
we
few
lived in
things, too.
Winter Park, and for a little bit, right near there. It's hard to remember everything from those days, but probably some of the best days of my life because I would spend most of it on the beach. My mom would take me to the beach, and I would just strip off all my clothes and run around with
Yeah.
my G.I. Joes and He-Man figures and play in the ocean naked. Not a care in the world. Not a care in the world.
Do you think that led to how you are now?
I'm sure it led to
Good question.
some stuff that would happen when I would be drunk from time to time. Hey, I want to go to a naked snow angel in the middle of the street. You did that a week ago, Gardner. I want to do it again.
Oh, no.
First time I went to the ocean, I got in and a wave knocked me down.
I tried to not laugh. We've laughed at Tommy enough this episode. But Tommy, you make it so easy.
I'm trying to just picture this. And in my head, it's so funny.
I got like waist level.
I still can't believe I shared.
Well, I saw. I
secret of
finally saw
Tommy's mom
Tommy
trying to
drink
kill
that
him.
beer.
Oh,
Oh
man.
no, yeah, with the chum over her belly. I'm still trying to. What?
Yeah, no, that beer was gross.
Yeah,
Black-
you did kind of.
Black
And I'm
Sheep's-
freaked out now.
Black Sheep is accusing me of having a lifetime pass to Dixie Stampede.
I've done that a couple times. That's great.
Did you really, Denman?
I don't know if I've ever been. Where is that?
It's funny because it sounds like it could be true.
Where is that?
It's in it's like around Gatlinburg, I think. Tennessee.
What's in Branson? I've been to Branson.
Silver Dollar City?
No, I haven't been to that.
Yakov
There is-
Smirnoff?
I went to the Bald Knobbers.
There's
then
definitely a Dixie
Dollywood.
Stampede. In,
Wait, is Dixie Stampede
I
in
think
Branson?
around Gatlinburg. I just said that earlier.
No, but is there one in Branson also?
I don't know. I can look it up.
Oh, well, we'll get over
Look
What's
it.
up Dollywood.
was
It's
it
a
Worlds of
Hillbilly ass
Fun?
conversation.
They don't have good food there.
At Worlds of Fun, what makes a good
Worlds
theme
of
park
Fun's
food?
Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
No, I meant at Dixie
Yeah,
Stampede.
Worlds of Fun's Casey.
I've never been to World of Fun. What is World of Fun?
Dixie Stampede
Amusement park.
is in
That's-
Branson, and
Okay.
I've been there. Now that I think about it,
Okay.
Okay.
because I got a plastic
So you
boot
did have a pass.
Oh, I got the same
wow.
one.
for
Yeah.
the drink.
Yeah.
You take it. Yeah,
They
A
gave us.
plastic
probably
boot?
got a mocktail.
You know,
Kitty,
That's
a
what I
kitty
got.
strawberry
That's what I
daiquiri.
got.
This was 2 weeks ago.
that's that's in Branson.
Yeah.
Do they do the same at the one in Gatlinburg?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, this sounds like, not to call out a local scribe, but I do know from Ben Frederickson, the hayseed hack from Sedalia, Missouri.
Works for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Traditionally, at his family's gatherings for weddings and such, they would drink out of a boot. They would drink out of a cowboy boot.
There's a UFC fighter that does that. That's a New Zealand tradition, a Maori tradition.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they chug beer out of shoes. Or maybe he's just a wild dude.
Somehow it's turned into a tradition.
Well,
I assume. Why else would a guy do that? Yeah, I assume it's something with the culture.
Tribal.
I once went to a movie theater alone, and I was standing in line for popcorn, and I was dressed in like a black hoodie and like jeans, right?
Tommy the intern, everybody.
I thought all I heard you say is I'm picturing you tell this story, and I just pictured a wave knocking you over while you're lying at the movie theater.
But no, I was in there, and this is in Edwardsville, right around SIUE, so there's a lot of college kids around, and there's this group of 3 girls in front of me, and they kind of keep giving me like looks because I had longer hair, and they were just, I looked, it wasn't great.
Like a school shooter.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it.
But, a lot going on this morning.
But they're looking at me, and they're giving me the side eye, and then one of them goes, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom really quick," and she walks off, and their friends are like, "Oh yeah, we'll be here for you." And then the girl walks off and goes.
Like that Rembrandt song.
I don't know. And then that girl walks off and she goes to the bathroom, and then one of the friends looks at another, and they go, "She eats like a dog."
Ugh.
And like I started laughing, and they gave me more dirty looks.
So that's we're all better for knowing that.
Yeah.
We've got comments.
This is why we make fun of you, Tommy.
Yeah,
That's exactly why we make fun
he
of you.
puts his hand up. He like demands the mic time. He's like, "This is a really thing. This is gonna be super entertaining." And I was like, "What's happening?"
Hey, but
It led to nothing.
you live with that though, because you know what else you're gonna get.
But like, if you go to places alone, you see more interesting things. So go to Disneyland alone once. You might find.
Is it because you're
See something
No.
weird.
by yourself
You're
and
by
more
yourself.
observant then?
Yeah, exactly. You're not having to focus on
Just
other.
leering around every corner.
Yeah, you're not having to
That
put your
sounds fun actually.
attention on other people.
Jamie Moyer's
you have
fancy
to
four.
stand out, though. Go ahead, Chris.
Gardner is Lieutenant Dan, Travis is Bubba, Tommy is Forrest Jr., and Chris is Forrest Gunt. It's rude. What were you saying, Trav?
I don't care for this first half hour. I don't care for any of
It's
it.
pretty good. Tom Brown went to Busch Gardens as part of his senior class trip.
That's fun too.
That's
Did
exciting.
he go by
Right there.
himself, though?
But he didn't want to be there and just wandered around on his own. So it was like he was there alone.
I bet he
That's
said
kind
cheetahs.
No, that
That's
doesn't
kind of like a
count.
netting. Yeah, you're not really doing the trapeze with no safety net.
Yeah.
Unless the safety net's gone. I'm not crazy, right? Like we hear these. things,
No.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
You're not
but
crazy.
this is fun. It's like we're actually in New York for the show. We're doing
It's
the
like
show
we're on
there.
the subway. We're
Yeah, 'cause
bouncing around with Travis.
We get all that.
It's like our fire alarms going off.
yeah.
Which it could be. It has in here before. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember where I was going with whatever was going on in the.
So our
old brain
fair or
there.
foul today, again, you can win $10 at Southtown Pub. Email us your thoughts. wall@weareliveradio.com. And the actual topic is, would you go to an amusement park or a theme park alone as an adult?
Now I went
Yes.
to the park by myself yesterday. Right.
That's different. Parks are,
Yeah.
you don't have to, that makes sense.
I went over by the Muni, and it was packed. I scooted on over there on a spin yesterday, and I was like, "Why are all these effing people here?" And then I'm like, "It's the Muni, so it's your fault, Gardner, for coming over to this park bench." But they have some show going on called Kinky Boots, and I have no idea what it is, but I'm trying to create in my mind what it might be without really looking into it.
I'll give you when it
It like debuted last night, so that's why I was
did
so
it?
busy. Yeah.
When it was on Broadway recently, Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco played the main character.
Wasn't it, who started it at first? Was it Sean Patrick Harris?
What's that? Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris? Or did I say Sean Patrick? Sean Patrick, the dude from American Pie?
I'm not sure.
Do truly all white people look the same to you? I mean, are we just establishing this now?
Just the names.
I mean, I know you think that we all smell like
All,
wet dogs.
all of you are named Chris. We have 2 Chris's on the show. There's Chris Hemsworth. There's Chris Pine. There's Chris
Yeah.
Pratt.
Often all mistaken for each other, too.
Christopher Reeves.
Keep naming
Chris
white
Hayes.
Chris Davis, colleague of Abby LaRocco at KSDK.
KSDK, yeah.
See? So there you go.
Well, you proved a great point.
Neil Patrick Harris was Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Oh, damn it.
Tommy's porn name.
Yep.
Kanky Boots is good though. It's supposed to be a very good play.
You call it Kanky Boots? So
I
Gardner,
think I did.
Can we send it? Can we
Kanky
send
Boots.
Hey, Kanky Boots.
Can we send you to Kinky
Kanky
Boots?
Boots.
I don't know what it's about. I don't.
It's good. We'll talk about it off air.
Okay, Tommy can break it down for me, and then we'll decide if I go.
Private discussion needs to be had about the play.
And then here's
No, I'll
what
just go on for a while.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You think
That's good
Chuck
of you,
Boots makes
self-edit.
Kinky Boots?
No,
Chuck
no,
Lorre
they don't.
might may adapt it for
Kinky
CBS.
Boots, never leave your face.
What is happening? I was like,
Have you guys ever actually been in Chuck's boots?
no.
It's weird.
No. Don't hang out at boot stores.
I hate that you said that and made me do that. Ah,
Grow up.
still owed a 40% off on a pair there. So
Was that part of your? That was part of your.
that's what they told me. I negotiated it.
That was part
Gardner,
of your
you should
severance?
ask him for Pride Month. You should really ask him for Pride Month if you could get Kinky Boots. Say it just like that.
You got Kinky Boots.
You get-
Got parade. I need some Kinky Boots.
I need some Kinky Boots.
Okay.
And please record the conversation so we can play it on our show.
Does that killer cop still work in the back there at that boot store?
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet Jesus. I forgot he did get sort of kind of hired there, didn't he?
There's no sorta. He worked there. So good stuff, everybody. I'll remind everybody
There it is.
that Gateway Powder Coating supports us, so you support them. If you have a smoker, wheels, anything that needs touched up, if you can paint it, you can powder coat it. They support us. You support them. Fast, durable, affordable, the #1 resource for powder coating in the Midwest. That's Gateway Powder Coating. Supports We Are Live. Check them out online, gatewaypowdercoat.com. We thank them so much for their support. Love working with Mark and the guys supporting the show. Travis, we've got a lot going on. I just saw this. I wanted to get your opinion, and I believe, and I hope it actually happened, and it wasn't some weird tweet. Our friend Michael Gaines tweeted it out last night. I believe Pat Maroon was on the TV show that Andy from Bravo does. I don't know what it's called, but it was tweeted out that he slept with his teammate's mother when he was a senior in high school. Am I saying this wrong?
You're close, I think, but I want to make sure.
He
I
claimed to
don't. I
have
don't
hooked
know
up with?
that it's a teammate.
Okay.
At least another hockey player.
As a senior in high school, he slept with a similar aged young man's mother.
Yes, and the show is called, what is it? Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And actually, I have a little clip here for you, fellas. So here
Oh,
you go.
boy.
This guy once hooked up with a fellow hockey player's mom when he was a senior in high school. Was it Shep? Adam? Patrick?
Wasn't.
Colton? Or Joel?
I'm gonna say it was St. Louis's own Pat Maroon. Yes! Wow! Pat, you hooked up with a teammate's mom?
Maybe teammate.
Sorry.
Okay, it was a teammate.
Oh,
It's not terrible.
oh my. Well, he went to Eureka, right?
Oakville.
Oakville.
Telegraph Roadway.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
So how soon
That's something.
before every news station in St. Louis tracks that
Figures
woman
it out.
down?
Yeah. Where were you on that one, Cusimano?
Right.
Huh?
Maybe
Get his ass,
Instant-
Gardner.
Maybe our guest in
Get
the
his
9
ass.
o'clock hour can.
Yeah, I don't know if she wants to.
investigate this. Yeah, I don't know
she want to
about
go
that.
that way.
All right, so our intern reacted
That's
poorly.
the most
in my
Oakville
opinion, to
thing.
that.
Why did I react poorly?
You should be
Travis.
mortified. What'd you say, Travis?
That is absolutely Oakville. Like, that's South County. Of course it would. That's what they do out there. He
I
probably
bet-
had a to-go bag of meth on the way out the door, too.
No, they don't do that
Like,
there.
Apparently,
But I bet they did. I bet the woman was married, and I bet her and her husband went to Disneyland regularly. And you thought they had a great life.
But they were together,
I bet
but
they
really
celeb-
alone inside.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing now, because I would imagine Pat Maroon still keeps in touch with some of his former teammates. So now everyone's probably asking the question, was it your mom this morning?
Now we send out Tommy to Oakville to do a TMZ style reporting to figure out who it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Pat Maroon just
Why-
put his
but, like-
entire high school class on blast. Like, there are guys this morning that are making frantic phone calls to their parents to find out if they slept with a Stanley Cup champion.
Or they already know.
they knew.
And now it's really out in
The
the
world
public
knows.
domain. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Really
why.
Now it
out
just
there.
reopened it. Like they'd all forgotten about it. She's remarried. She's repaired her relationship with her son that she embarrassed, and now it's all reopened.
Right.
Or they did the producer thing, and a hug turned into like a peck, which everybody laughed and made fun of, and then they just called it hooking up.
Hooking up, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Michael Gaines tweeted this out, and that's when I first became aware of it. So I responded to him and just simply said, didn't Delonte West do the same thing?
I'm missing context.
You are.
Why don't you break that down for him, Gardner?
And I don't think Gaines was pleased with that reply I had to him.
Michael's a LeBron fan.
Yes.
LeBron James was part of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and amidst a playoff run, it was revealed that his teammate, Delonte West, had allegedly bedded his mother. And there was no necessarily a denial or even an argument to what hooking up with meant
Yeah.
as well. So there's that, and it's never really been addressed
And
otherwise.
then Fox 2.
It really hasn't.
Fox 2's Mike Colombo responded to both of us saying, LeBron's mom's name? Gloria. You can't make this stuff up. Hashtag full circle.
That's quality tweeting. And I salute everyone involved in that thread. In fact, if you could screenshot that, I would
So-
appreciate it.
I'll try and get
So
that
we're
to you.
we're mortified by Pat Maroon's.
Well,
First of all, he was
I'm
he was
personally not
17 or
mortified.
18,
I just
I'm
think
guessing.
his. Yeah, you say he was a senior, so let's just on the high side. Let's say he's 18.
Travis
And
is
she
just
probably what? She could be in her mid to
Oakville?
late 30s.
Maybe if they were from Lee May, I'd say she was in her
Travis,
early 30s.
Travis is just sitting there going, what's the big deal here, guys?
Yeah,
this
there's-
happens on Pornhub all the time.
There's-
It's just,
yeah.
I mean,
No.
No comment.
you just got to know how to search it. That's all.
I'm with Travis.
I just think this morning there are some guys that are having to do some explaining.
Yeah, there might
And you know
be.
that group chat is probably the best thing going in America right now. But Pat Maroon just told a very large audience. Andy Cohen gets a sizable audience on Bravo, and
That was Adam Devine
so a
on
lot
there,
of
wasn't it?
people.
Yeah.
It was Adam Devine that was on that couch there. So, quite a few people are waking up this morning having to answer some very awkward questions from 20 years ago.
Is Pat Maroon our age?
I think
I'll
so.
look it up.
Yeah.
I bet he's 30.
It's like it's like
I
something,
think he's like 33.
this is like, it was the scuttlebutt around Oakville or whatever. And it's, the
Definitely.
local drama. Now it's like out there again, which no one likes. I had this conversation with Chris the other day, and had it with someone at my local watering hole the other day too. We're talking about Alcoholics Anonymous, and I was explaining why it just wasn't for me. And one of them was, I just thought one of the steps was rude, and that's when you're apologizing to everybody.
Not.
I'm like, that's kind of rude when you think about it. Like, say you've had a bad breakup and it was due to this, and you call someone up and you're just like, yeah, hey, sorry about all that. You're like, who the F calls someone out of the blue and says that to them and reopens that? I was like, actually, I find it to be quite rude. And
I agree.
And so this is kind of
That's why I think maybe.
reopening this again.
That's why I think maybe there wasn't penetration.
You think it was more
sweet
innocent?
Jesus.
I think there was a.
That was
I
very
think there was.
specific.
I think there was a drunken kiss on a hockey trip that was maybe even funny, and then they ran with the term "hooked up with" for TV drama.
He's 31.
31.
No, it happened. It absolutely happened.
I'm
Come on, man. It's South County. Stop. Who you fooling? Who you fooling, man? Now you know what went down. And
Tommy-
look, like I said, I'm not mad. Do your thing. If it was consensual and he was of age, and it sounds like he was, then more power to him.
Let's
So be it. But I don't I mean, it ain't my problem. Like I said, there are some teammates that are probably looking at their moms differently this morning, and that's the issue I would probably have.
Now, maybe we should just have Tommy tweet at Pat Maroon and ask if it was, did you hook up or was it like a kiss or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What
Can
is
you define
Yeah,
hooking up?
hooking up?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Man,
to the
y'all know
bottom
what
of it.
hookup is. He got that guts. He got guts.
What's more embarrassing? Being at Disney World alone and a group of your high school friends are all together and they see you and realize that you're alone, or finding out 20 years later that it was your mother that slept with Pat Maroon when he was a high schooler. Which one?
Let me just throw this out here. You wouldn't have friends if you're going to Disneyland alone. That's
People you went to high school with then.
yeah.
Yeah. Former acquaintance.
Yeah, I think I would rather
That's
take
more
that
embarrassing.
embarrassment of high school friends because people will forget that. Because people won't remember, like 20 years, who cares? If you, yeah, whatever, that happened. Travis was out, high school friends, so what? But now people know around the world that your mom gave it up to your teammate when you're in high school.
Why is that? That's not that embarrassing. That'd be like,
horrificaly
yeah, man.
embarrassing.
We always
So
knew
that's-
your mom was the hot mom. Yeah, it's not. It's,
That's
you
so-
never played sports.
You
did
want?
no.
Yeah, that makes sense. See, Tommy
I was
said,
in
that
theater.
explains it. Imagine a theater kid smashing your mom behind the school in the parking
Stuff
lot.
like that happened in
not-
theater, though.
I believe that.
But I'm just saying, what if your mom, who literally took you swimming with sharks as a baby, was hooking it up with one of your theater nerds' moms, like on the reg?
As long as they were 18, she's her own woman. I can't really do anything about it.
Okay. Very mature of you, Tommy. What's a theater locker room like?
I love Tom.
It's called a green room.
Mm.
And
a bunch of
Crazy.
self-absorbed
let me tell you,
children.
there's so much drama in theater.
Oh my!
I quit.
Travis spit. I saw it. There's so much drama in theater. Now that's a T-shirt. Oh my God.
That is a t-shirt. Beebs, get on that.
Travis, really quickly, I want to tell you something funny.
Oh, this better be funny.
Okay.
Yesterday, you asked me to send you $25, and so I jokingly sent you $250, as a joke. And you're like, "Karma's gonna get you back." Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I
It made
did.
my bank account negative.
So let's break this down. Yesterday was Juneteenth. Travis requested reparations from the unpaid 21-year-old intern at the fee of $25. Tommy then sent $2.50 as a ruse, and now is hit with at least $30 in overdraft charges.
Yep.
So you forgot?
Travis didn't immediately send it back to you, though. That actually hurts me too.
Did you forget that there something
No,
was
but
coming
because
out?
because I sent it through Facebook, it goes through PayPal, which then goes to Facebook. So,
Hey, I did my part yesterday.
What'd you do?
Yeah, you did.
Right there.
The
$4.20.
420 was a beautiful touch.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful touch.
Felt weird in the note section typing reparations. I will tell you that. I was like,
Yeah, I can't wait for the IRS to show up at your front door, pal.
You gave him what? What the hell's happening
Do you
here?
understand the avalanche you've just created?
Oh.
Damn it.
And that's so great that you go into the negative, Tommy, as Ta-Nehisi Coates and Danny Glover stood on Capitol Hill yesterday discussing logistical ways of creating slavery reparations. That is so beautiful that you would go into the negative for doing that.
yeah.
That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. All we want is basic economic equality. And now your ass in debt for being an asshole. That's the whole point of slave reparations. You should go into debt for being an asshole. That's all we're saying. That's all we've been saying.
Yeah, ultimate karma. I thought you'd find that
That's
interesting.
hilarious.
Interesting
That is
is
very
nice
good.
way
I
to
am
put it.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry I had to ruin your credit on reparations
It's okay.
day.
I don't have credit.
Yeah.
I got.
You know who's got great
Took
credit
out a-
with us? St. Louis
Who is
Counseling
that, Chris?
Services. St. Louis Counseling Services. wonderful, wonderful group right here in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis Counseling. You can find them online, stlouiscounseling.org, proving lives since 1955. Be sure to support them. They support us. If you're a business, maybe you're at a school, you have employee assistance programs you need to head up, you hit up St. Louis Counseling. They can help you. You can also donate online, stlouiscounseling.org. Be sure to call them at 314-544-3800. You can email them support@stlouiscounseling.org. And each and every week, Tom Duff puts out Mental Health Matters. That's right. Mental Health Awareness Podcast hosted by Tom Duff. St. Louis Counseling Services makes that happen. Check it out. Get it on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen. They've got a bunch of great guests this week. It's Sarah Newberry from Soulshine Barefoot Massage Therapy. Keeping it moving, just a quick reminder, fair or foul today. I think we've got a great topic, so get those in. Fair or foul. Going to an amusement park or theme park alone as an adult, you can win $10 at Southtown Pub, and we're going to work that out. Tommy is on the bill tonight for comedy, Travis. How do you feel about that, huh?
Good for Tommy. Good for Tommy doing comedy. Good for Tommy getting up there on stage and showing the world what he can do. I'm proud of you, young man.
That's right. Free show tonight. Starts at 9. We got karaoke after. We're going to be hanging out starting around 8. Tommy Mosslander, that's intern Tommy. Meredith Hopping, Larry Green, Chris Sear. That's a great lineup, guys. You're going to have a lot of fun.
And then Tom Brown is
our friend Tom doing a guest spot as well. So packed house, free comedy Thursday. I do know there's going to be a big group there, so if you're going to come early, and we're going to have.
I love that backdrop to that flyer. I love it.
It's nice.
It's one of my favorite backdrops. It reminds me of when I sold out the pageant, and you and what's his Bald Brian and them opened up for me. But it was rare just to do a show in front of, what was that, 1,600 people, your family and friends in the audience. Like, what a thrilling feeling that was for me and me alone.
How much time did you do?
We did 2 hours.
Did about an hour and a half.
Alone.
Oh, Travis alone?
Yeah, I did it.
He stole the show a few times.
Just under about 45 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Could have been a Netflix special? Absolutely. Yeah, was I funnier than my other acts?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I would probably say I was. Was Corolla the least racist person on the stage?
I don't know. You're pretty racist.
Yeah, come see me tonight at Southtown Pub.
Yeah. That's right. Come out, have some fun.
Can you give us a preview, Tommy? Can you give us a preview? Can you give us 1 minute?
No.
1 minute?
No, because I only have 5 of them.
Come on, man. Don't take 1/5 of his act and put it online.
I started writing a new couple jokes last night.
Nice.
So I might.
Can we hear some of it?
Did you do that while you were drinking your IPA for the first time?
No, that wasn't last night. That night.
Let's hear some of it right now, Tommy. That way, if you don't get a laugh, you'll have the afternoon to work on the joke.
I'll give you one line. How's that?
Okay, here we go.
How
about you just give us the joke and stop being a bitch?
This is the joke. Okay,
here we go.
My first job out of high school was at a Lowe's, which was great because I needed better father figures.
That's funny.
That's it.
Your dad's watching at home through his remote TV.
Yeah, no, he knows that joke and he doesn't like it.
I think it's funny.
But I shouldn't.
Tommy, I think it's funny. I would say halfway through that, just a half a beat slower.
Okay.
But it's there.
I know. I need to slow down.
Don't accept his editing. Don't accept his editing. He just told it on a podcast. Like, don't accept Travis's coaching. This is where Travis, he spends 3/4 of a show with us every day. The other half he's doing God knows what out in the bus in the street. But this is where he's like, I just help the kids, man. He's going to go into his Sesame Street offices and be like, yeah, I edited today, and I did my little show, and they're really happy to still have me, and I'm going to keep looking down. That is where Travis is coming. Do not accept
Tommy,
his
between myself and Chris, who has actually written jokes and said them in front of an audience. Exactly.
Well,
so don't let the haters dictate us.
Technically both, right?
Dictate us.
Well, when we do target practice, one of you doesn't write the jokes on break, so.
One of us is keeping the
So that's
lights
what I'm
on here.
saying, man. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm just. Look, you can take Chris's advice of so many years of extensive comedic talents, or you can listen to the person who's actually currently in New York writing a screenplay.
Who's in New York drinking Jose Cuervo
Yeah, right.
at 9 in the morning?
Perfect.
That's all right.
Perfect.
Look, some of us drink coffee.
Hemingway did it. I mean, why not?
Glory, Gloria!
Esteemed comedic writer Brett Hull.
Oh,
So again, if you're out and about tonight in Southside, we've got comedy at Southtown Pub. Be sure to join us. It's going to be a great time.
I think this is the best way we do our show from here on out.
It's
We just
how we did it.
spend 2 hours cutting each other down.
That's kind of what the entire basis of the program started on. So we've covered your teammate betting your mother. We've covered hanging out at amusement parks alone. Which, by the way, what if you just go
potential shark abortion?
Potential shark abortion.
Shark abortions.
That did happen in the show.
Shark.
So
Oh no!
Oh, that's not.
no, I don't want that. So wait. So
Careful.
one
Missouri
more
will
thing
come for you.
that I
Yeah.
they're gonna shut it down.
John Hawley. Sorry, Hawley.
Just ask their mama.
Why do we do this? Why do we do this?
It's been the most fun show all week.
Before we break for the first time, I immediately thought of Gardner. Before I could even favorite him, tag him in a tweet or anything. Big news out of the western part of the St. Louis metro area. Pam Hupp, it's announced, serving life in prison for the 2016 murder of a mentally disabled man. This is your hashtag Hupdate on the program today. Gardner, is this some closure for you? Do you wish it would have drug out a little longer? We were looking at an Orenthal-esque moment with the cameras and the craziness and everything. Are you mad she just folded up and by the way, have any of you seen Escape from Dannemora or Escape at Dannemora?
No.
No, it's unbelievable. It's so good. But Patricia Arquette plays this woman that broke out to convicts, but she was sleeping with them the whole time. I need
I'm aware of that story.
I need a gritty series about Pamela Hupp in the near future.
Who would play her?
It didn't.
It's got to be someone that's beautiful that dresses down.
I didn't expect it to conclude yesterday the
way
way
more
it did.
interesting.
Like, because you got, I guess it was maybe late morning, you got word that, hey, they're going to have a news conference or there's something going on with this case at 2 o'clock. And because just the way she's been, you thought she was going to fight it till the end. And in a way, she's still, I don't know, she did something called an Alford plea. I texted one of my Dream Team members to ask about it. And it's not something that's done in every state. Basically, you're just conceding that they have enough evidence to convict you. You're not saying you did it. But what the plea did is it took the death penalty off the table for her, so she'll spend the rest of her life in prison. So that's kind of how, I guess that was her only bargaining chip, was not getting the death penalty.
Which she could have taken the chance. She may not have gotten the death penalty, but
yeah,
that's you're literally gambling with your life.
Like, if the longer you're around, the more things that can happen. Like you mentioned, escaping from jail. Maybe she could plan an escape. You know, as long as you're around, something can go down.
Right.
So I guess that's part of the deal.
Society could crumble
but
around
she's,
you.
I mean, look, she probably most likely killed 3 people. Most likely killed 3 people in separate instances for maybe the same reason, being money and such, but it's just ugh. But I was even trying to make sure Keith Morrison knew. I was kind of tweeting some of the
Have they
details
covered
at
any
him.
of this yet?
Oh gosh, they've done.
Yeah, I thought so.
They've done 3 episodes, I think, on Pam Hupp.
It's like a scene from the X-Files.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And I actually, the last one was called Stranger Than Fiction.
My boy Keith may need some Botox.
No, that's part of his charm.
Yeah.
He looked like a White Walker.
Does that maybe that's the look he's going for though in the role he has.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
God,
He's even got the
that's
blue
the
hue
Night King
behind him.
right there.
Keith, look out!
That's the Night King.
A 16-year-old's gonna come catapulting through the air. Spoiler alert.
If he gets Botox, though, he can't, like, raise the eyebrow curiously like he does from time to time.
I like the leather jacket with turtle.
I just want to iron his face.
If this was Jermaine Morrison, you would not be speaking like
this.
this.
Oh, he'd probably age better, though, anyway. So, yeah.
He'd be if that
wrinkles on black people.
Man, oh my gosh. Maybe I'll save this for the next hour, but yeah, let's just remind me next hour. I have a revelation that we need to discuss.
Okay.
That happened. So that's a tease, a deep tease.
So
are we any surprises from this? Anything? I genuinely thought this was going to turn into a 14-ring circus.
Well, I had planned on spending my summer paying attention to this at one point.
Right.
Because the trial was supposed to start this month. And then it just kept getting delayed, and there weren't really reasons. And now you're starting to realize they were just negotiating behind the scenes to make something happen. That's why you weren't getting a lot of info. But it became clear yesterday with the amount of people that were showing up and who was showing up at the courthouse that something big was going down. I did go back and rewatch Stranger Than Fiction. Stranger Than Fiction is a Dateline episode. It's where they left off last time regarding this case and with the murder of the gentleman. And so I took just a little clip just to kind of refresh everybody what the story that was being told by Dateline, where that left off. So here you go.
But why? Why would Pam do such an awful thing, and to a man so vulnerable?
The conclusion I would draw would be that she was trying to look for someone that could take some heat off her because of that previous case.
And why would she feel the need to do that? Well, it turned out a federal prosecutor had begun a review of the Betsy Faria murder case. And so, said the police chief and prosecutor, Pam killed an innocent man in an effort to frame Russ Faria. Of course, Russ believes Pam had already framed him once for Betsy's murder.
Then all of a sudden, the same person is trying to do it again. It creates a lot of anxiety and nervousness. Sometimes you don't even know what to think or feel.
Pam Hupp was charged with first-degree murder in the death of Louis Gumpenberger. Just after her arrest, Pam stabbed herself in the neck with a pen at the police station, though few thought it was a serious suicide attempt. She has not commented on that charge or entered a plea yet. Her trial date hasn't been set. Meanwhile, all kinds of ideas have been floating around in St. Louis. Russ, his attorney, and others have long thought Pam Hupp had something to do with the murder of Betsy. Pam's killing Louis Gumpenberger confirmed it for them. 2 people dead. The question is, were there 3? We have a feeling that the bizarre saga of Pam Hupp, a murder in Missouri, may still have a surprise or 2 to come. And trust me, we'll be watching.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
Okay, what was the... was she...
Why did she want to frame the man?
Was she sleeping with any of these people?
No. Well, apparently the lady that was murdered, the first person, Betsy Faria, who...
Pam was with her?
That's what she said, and she didn't consider it an affair. So she set it up to make it look like, this is what it looks like, to make it look like the husband had done it. And so then she's continuously setting people up.
Why? What's her motives for setting these people up?
Well, she wanted money first, number one. And
so she wanted to extort them?
Her friend Betsy was dying, actually. And there was a life insurance policy, so she set it up to make it look like the husband did it so she could get the life insurance money because she had recently, days before the murder, changed the life insurance policy over to her name. And then, so to take heat off, and that guy was convicted at one time for the murder. And then...
So she almost got away with it.
She almost, and then they're like, look, you didn't let us properly defend her.
Until a Great Dane and some teenagers broke the case wide open.
So so they retried him and found him not guilty, and the judge even took to task the prosecutors in Lincoln County and the people involved there for not properly, making that case the way it should have been. And so then he gets off, and then this other murder happens in O'Fallon, Missouri, my hometown, and she did it. And the weird thing with this is that I'm trying to remember from the story here. She tried to lure other people to do the same thing by offering them like $1,000 even too, and what she did to Louis Humpenberger, and but she was telling people that she was like a Dateline producer even while she was doing this. So she's even involving the show that like was covering her. They did, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they've done 3 stories on her case. The only case they've done more stories on is John Benet Ramsey, and I think that's accurate. And I would assume that they'll be, kind of finalizing this one as well at some point coming in town after all of this now.
Maybe we can get an exclusive. Chris
I'd
Gardner.
love to have Keith Morrison in studio.
I'm sure he'll stop by. Just let him know Lou Ferrigno came by.
I would just love to talk to that man.
Well, we'll see if we can make it happen.
And have him talk about me, actually.
Yeah. Have him discuss
some sort of
your
narration.
Life. Yeah, that's fair. Guys, we'll take a quick break. We're live at Midcoast Studio in Grand Center in St. Louis. Travis is in New York. We got Tommy the intern, producer Chris, host Chris, whatever the heck's going on, from KSDK Abby Larico. On the other side, we'll take a quick break. And Gardner, remind me to let people know I've had a revelation.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
I'll try to remember to do that.